Alright, so we're live now. I think we are. I'm paying attention to chat. Okay, so this is Dishonored. It's a stealth assassination game. I'm going to be starting from a new game. I'm playing on easy because that's the more interesting run. Yeah. We're going to be watching the intro cutscene. That's not usually the case, but it happens to be convenient because we can explain a few things about the run during that time. So the category is 100%. It is by far the longest category that is actually on the leaderboards. It is significantly longer than any percent, like almost 3 times as long. And unlike any percent, it's also not more than 50% cutscene.
Yeah, and we are someone else and Lurvin. Someone else is currently the world record holder in this category. And he'll be doing the run for us today.
Yeah, and I will probably remain the world record holder as long as nobody else is running it.
Yeah, for all of eternity.
Yeah. It's different from all the other categories in that we have to pick up all coins as well as every other collectible in the game. And that about doubles the time from a run where we don't pick up any coins. And there's going to be a lot of them. It's also very likely that I'll miss some. So far, I've always been able to find them again in practice, but it is entirely possible that that does not happen. And if that's the case, I will just continue with the run because it doesn't matter. Actually, you can reset the timer because the actual timer is going to be in 25 seconds, roughly. Or you can just keep it going, it doesn't matter. I'm going to give a countdown to the actual time start. Also, Anton Sokolov made this waterlock. That's just a little tidbit of information. So 3, 2, 1, and we're going. Also, coming up is an elevator glitch. We'll explain that later, but it looks a bit funny if I can actually get it. It's really not difficult.
For now, just don't worry about this. He's just climbing the wall in a strange way.
Yeah. Korva can climb 90-degree corners. And that skips a cutscene with the girl over there. And we're gonna skip that cutscene. It's a guy, I think Rasputin, who's painting some religious figure.
We've gone beyond that question, Your Majesty.
They're my citizens.
So the elevator glitch is, there's gonna be another one soon, but the way it works is 90-degree corners. You can, the game treats it as like a bunch of climbable ledges, and you can just climb them every single frame. That means it's faster and higher frame rates, which means I also have to be playing at like 200 and something FPS. And if I'm not getting it, it's probably because I'm bad, but there's always the possibility that it's that is because I'm getting low frame rates for a short while.
So if you see him do an elevator and get halfway up, then that's probably because of the frame rate. If it just doesn't move at all, then it's probably his fault.
Yeah. But like I said, there's another one coming up. This one's pretty lenient because we're on a timer. But yet turns out the plant I'm standing next to is actually a 90-degree corner. And then we're going to be
really
walking
long
around
one
this
at that.
wall. This isn't actually necessary, but it looks cool, and I think the timing is slightly. But most people don't do this.
Yeah, as long as you get up there, where you stand, there's a lot of different setups that will get you on the same time.
Yeah, so the reason is those assassins are going to show up and we have to jump down and save the Empress. So we're going to do that right now. And we did it. We saved her.
So that's supposed to be a fight tutorial, but if you die during the tutorial, it just skips it.
Yeah.
So we take the fall damage there to get past that.
And yeah, now Doubt shows up and kills the Empress, and she becomes a motivation. We're probably going to make fun of the story at least at a few points, and this cutscene, which is also broken because we're playing at a high FOV. But the game is actually really, really good, and it's currently on sale. You can get this game and all its DLC for $10.
Protect her.
And it's really, really good.
Only one will know what
And I mean,
to do.
even though the story's kind of stupid, it's a really good story.
Korva.
I wouldn't say that. If you notice, the legs on the top left just appeared out of nowhere, and the bloodstains are also just gonna disappear because the game assumes we can't see them.
Also, he's gonna stab us in the head.
Yeah,
right at
that
the
sword is
start.
just facing directly through our skull.
Whoops.
Coming up is actually a very small glitch, where I'm holding down the F key, not to pay respects, but to skip a cutscene that's coming up.
Take him.
Yeah,
So,
so, throughout the game, you get these dialogue wheels where you can hold F for about a second to skip the cutscene. And instead of doing that, you can sometimes set it up so that you press F earlier and you skip that wheel, saving about the second it would take to
the
press
bottom
it.
left corner, if you pay attention, it shows up, and normally that takes about a second to skip. And there's a few of
Nah, it
those.
takes
They are
like
referred
0
to as asses because that's an acronym, and we think it's funny. Also, this is the first place where this category really starts deviating from all the other categories. Every other category, aside from glitchless, can skip the entirety of this level, but we actually have to do it because it contains coins. I think that's worth noting is generally I try to avoid long animations when killing guards. It's not going to be possible for me, but a way to do that is by either shooting them with a gun, no animation in that, or by looking away from them just before I deal the final blow to them to avoid a kill animation. Another thing that I generally try to avoid are climb-up animations. That's actually sort of a thing in Dishonored just in general, is animations are really bad, and we want to avoid them as much as possible.
You'll also see a lot that he'll be jumping like right on top of an item instead of just going all the way over it. He'll do like a small vault. It will be slightly faster than just running around, but not by very much. And stuff like going on top of the railing of that staircase instead of going up the stairs is going to save him a very tiny amount of time.
Also, in this area, I'm going to try and kill all the guards, like this guy. The only reason I'm doing that is safety, because you can't save in this game if there aren't any, if there are any enemies around you who are alerted to you. Ah, crap. I'm going to be extra safe with this area coming up because I really don't want to die. Normally I would be jumping on top of that, but those guards showed up and I'm not going to risk dying from fall damage. There is a trick to avoid it, but if I died I would have to load in an earlier save, and that's not worth it in a marathon. But if I'd gotten rid of all the guards, they wouldn't be around, so I'd be able to just load a save on top of the bridge. I actually got that during the run. Holy hell! That was a guard vault. It was 3 vaults in a row, and it's surprisingly difficult. That's one of the tricks that I practiced the most for.
Also looks really cool.
It looks really cool, especially when you actually like play the game. Then it looks really cool. Unfortunately, it's not in any other category aside from glitchless.
Yeah, so this level we can also skip now, but since it has coins, this category can't. Before all other categories, we just kind of go out of bounds and run on top of it.
Just at the very start, do an elevator, get out of bounds, then run on top of the level. It's actually also a really cool strat. And yeah, I'm going to try and move around the wheel like that. It worked out. If you do that correctly, the rats won't actually kill you. And here's another elevator. Just to skip the chain, because climbing chains are really, really slow. We want to avoid that. Now, coming up, I'm going to be picking up a sword, and that sword has a kind of interesting property in that it has a very long sheathing animation. So, you'll be able to see that when this animation is over with.
And we can use that.
Like that. Now I don't have a sword anymore, and that means I run faster.
About 20%.
Yeah, about 20% faster, and I'll be doing that every single time that I pull out a sword. My sword, which I have to do occasionally. I'll be putting it away like that, and that means I can run faster. I expect that was going to be this guy. That always happens.
It might not seem like a noticeable difference, but over the course of a run, it can save several minutes.
Yes, it is one of the very major things. And also skipping the sewers and other categories means we don't actually have to pick up thought like at all. I was so afraid if I had missed coins here, because if I had missed coins at this point, I would not have been able to go back. Also, I said earlier that this category involves picking up all the coins. That's not technically true. It only involves picking up the coins that this game actually recognizes. So this mission has a total of 1010 coins. As you can see, I have all of those now. But there are certain parts of the game that are called intermissions, and the game never actually recognizes that you pick them up. You pick up coins in those areas.
They're not technically part of any mission, so they don't end up in any mission screen.
And that means there isn't an easy way to verify that I've got them. So for the record, as long as I get everything down here, I'm good. Also, that was a gold split. It was also really bad. For some reason, I always gold sewer, but I always do it really poorly. So I don't have a good gold split there.
This is the Hound Pit's pub.
Well, your definition of very poorly in this category is very different from everyone else's.
Well, granted. I mean, that's true whenever you see anyone do a speedrun. It's always like, ah, that split was so bad, and it's 10 times faster than you could have done it yourself.
If anyone finds out what we're
Yep.
up to,
And unless you're actually good at the speedrun, it always looks really impressive.
and now that you've escaped,
At least that's what I think. I don't think this looks very impressive because I actually do the run. Also, actually, a fun fact about this cutscene, I think this is the only place where it happens, but for some reason I'm going to be, like, facing to the right.
clear your name. He can.
Like in the game, but the camera is pointing forward, so I actually have to be holding left, otherwise forward would take a really weird angle.
And for some reason, if you don't hold left there, you just kind of run into Samuel.
Yeah, it's really weird. Here's another ass coming up. I'm holding down F to be able to skip this cutscene.
So now that it walks into the Hero Sports Shop, you'll see that it just happens that quickly.
That was bad. And then coming up is an outsider skip. So we actually allow a macro for this skip alone, because otherwise you would need a free scroll mouse, which I have, but I'm not going to be using for this. So I have a macro running in the background, which just lets me spam jump inputs. And it should work. If it works, it'll look kind of fun.
Now, so the way this works is that it just, if you
Like
press
that.
space on the last frame before that loading screen, it just kind of warps you through the roof. So it's kind of random if you get it or not. Because you can't be completely sure that you got it on
It
the
isn't
correct
random
frame,
if you
but
can do
it
enough
works.
jump inputs. And now you might notice we've started teleporting around. We're going to be doing that for the rest of the game. Teleporting costs mana, which are the blue potions, and I'm going to be attempting to do this strategy here, where I
you're going
jump around. Yes,
That's
that
fun.
strategy does not save time, but it looks really cool. And also, if I miss a rune or bone charm, I won't have the heart, which helps me locate them. So, for any percent, that doesn't matter, but for this category, it also doesn't
That's
matter
kind of a big
because
deal.
there are few enough runes and bone charms that it doesn't actually mean much. Also, this is 100% yes in parentheses, which means I'm allowed to use the DLC items. And like there are 4 pre-order DLCs. We pick all of them up at once, like that. And
What can I do for
now we have way too much money, and
can I do
I
for
can't choose the correct option. So I'm gonna buy a bunch of potions and a bunch of bullets. I'm being careful here to make sure that I have exactly 200 coins left. And then I'm going to equip the best bone charm in the game. And I'm going to equip... I'm going to spend a rune to get agility. Then we're
Yeah,
gonna
so
go
he
to
doesn't
our
actually need
first
that.
mission.
He doesn't actually need that
Let's
room
give it a
to for the 100%.
Yeah, it's in an intermission, but it's just very convenient, and I
It's
can use
faster.
it to upgrade a power so I can do double jumps, which is really useful.
And also increase your base speed by a little bit, right?
It'll be a rough trip. Used to
I
be
know that
go straight
Agility
up
2 does
Bradley
it
Boulevard, but now
like
it's
a
not
lot,
so easy.
but
Half the city's dead of the plague.
I'm not sure if Agility 1 actually...
No,
upgrades
Agility
that.
2 makes you run faster. Agility 1 doesn't, but Agility does make me able to fall long without gaining an animation, which is something I wasn't able to show off, but if you fall, there's an animation that plays which is really slow and you don't want to get that. If that happens, feel free to type a nice hard fall in chat. Make fun of me. But if you fall slightly further, it doesn't happen. And you don't get an animation. Yeah, like that. That's how you. That's what you're supposed to do. We're going to go for the first bone jump here. There are like 2 bone jumps that I really want. One is called Spiritual Pool, and it lets me get more mana. And that's really good because mana is a resource that you can use, and the more mana you have, the more blinks you can do, and blinks are fast. The other one that I really want is one called... the guard here ran off. Let's see. Is this guard? No, it's not.
Some of these guards have pouches on them, which means that to get all the money, there's certain people you just need to kill.
Yeah.
So if
You
the
can
AI
pickpocket
decides to
them.
walk off,
You can do this entire category without killing a single enemy. A single person, actually.
we'd be here for a lot longer then. But
Yes, and I also haven't fully routed that. I'm working on it, but like this is a stealth game, and it's a stealth game that lets you complete the entire game without killing anyone. That was a horrible blink. Well, I'm going to be shooting this glass over there. There's a potion behind it, but right now isn't a very convenient time to pick it up.
Earlier there, you also saw someone do a save
And I
clip,
just noticed that I didn't go into this area, which,
because
if I'd forgotten
the
that,
save clip
that
is,
would have been a problem.
the save clip is basically just that you can lean your character and then sprint, and your head will go through like most walls. So then you can just like stick your head into the safe without actually opening it and taking whatever's inside
Yeah.
to go.
There are like 2 saves that I have to open. The first one was in the tutorial mission, and I can't open that one because it's lying on the ground. And there's another one I can't open because it is underwater. Also,
The rest of them you'll just be clipping into.
yeah, that's Spiritual Pool. That's really good.
Ew.
I think I'm still going to show off the place where I would buy potions if I didn't get it, but it's still going to save time. Actually, another thing that's worth noting is I have found a pickup to mouse wheel, and that makes me able to pick things up. So I'm not actually pressing F as fast as it looks. I'm just scrolling my mouse wheel. I also placed a spring racer, which is going to kill 3 thugs that show up right as I talk to Ready Rack. It gives me a mission to kill 3 enemies that spawn right outside the door, and the spring racer does that immediately.
Yeah, so you basically placed a mechanical like razor wire landmine.
The difficulty is easy. Oh, I missed a coin somewhere. I missed a set of coins somewhere.
The reason we're on easy is just because you get more mana per potion. So it's just a more fluid and
Where would that
faster
be? I'm
speedrun.
missing 30 coins. Well, now it's really convenient that I actually have. Oh, it could be up here. Not. Now it's convenient that I have Spiritual Pool because I am going to be... if I don't... Oh! It's these ducks. They have pouches on them. Right. That is probably going to be happening a lot in this run. I wish it wouldn't, but I'm trying to focus on both commentating and remembering every single coin, and I don't think I'll manage that. As long as I don't miss too much, it's going to be fine. here's another thing. These two thugs can move around, but all the NPCs actually look the same when you play the game. So in that case, I can recognize those two by their skin color and the black person that has coins. There's another place where it's the white person that has coins on him. And there's another place where we recognize a particular guard by his beard. And most of the enemies are named after their characteristic and then suffixing that with dude. So black dude, guard dude, white dude, beard dude, hat dude.
Who's making that noise? Knock it off.
It's just important to make sure that you get the right guard, because if you run around trying to kill someone who you really don't need to, you're going to lose a bit of time for that.
Also, I kind of want to point out the only black characters in this game are thugs. Actually, the only black males in this game are thugs. There's a single black woman and she's a prostitute. So it's not exactly the best in terms of representation.
I knew you wouldn't disappoint
And
me.
now we get to pick up a third rune, and that lets us upgrade Blink, so we can blink further. That's pretty important because it's going to come up immediately.
It's going to unlock some new places you can go just right away.
Yeah, for example, I can now make this blink. And that one.
It also just makes you able to move through big spaces much faster.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even think we mentioned it earlier, but Lurvin explained the safe clip. You can also blink after clipping through a wall like that, and if you do that, you end up on the other side. That's called a slip clip.
You just stick your head through and do a blink and you're suddenly through all the way. That's called a slip clip, yeah.
Yeah. We'll be doing that a lot.
Yeah, you'll see. You're gonna slip clip into the camera, right?
We're supposed to save Martin over there. I'm not going to do that. Also, I'm actually going to stealth this area. That's not necessary, but it makes this area more consistent. For a marathon, I'd rather not have to reset. Because right here, if I get noticed, they will set off the alarm, and that will make the area after this. That'll make a bunch of NPCs that have pouches on them. Nice hard fall.
Nice.
It'll make a bunch of
hard
NPCs
fall.
with pouches on them just run away, and that's not good.
Things are bad. Could the city get any worse?
Also, it's
one of
possible
the
to blink in a way so this guy doesn't spawn, and then you can't finish the run. It's really great.
It is possible to hit like a space in between two different heights for hard falls. So basically it goes, you have no animation and no damage. Then you have a falling animation, but you don't take damage. There's a step between after that called a damage cancel, where you are damaged, but you get no animation. And then again, if you fall even further, you get a hard fall with damage.
Yeah, and
So,
you definitely
since
don't
you're
want
always, you definitely don't want that. You can die from a single one of those. It's,
that. Yeah,
it's awful.
and if you fall far enough, you just die.
Yeah.
This slip clip is not so difficult. There are other slip clips that I'm okay with missing, but that one I really should not have any trouble with. It's a really
That's
thin
a
wall.
prison door. So since you're trying to do damage cancel so often, you'll probably see a few hard falls as you try to save them.
Also,
Save that time.
that wall is that slip clip is one I'm okay with missing because it's really difficult.
Yeah, so a slip clip gets a lot harder if the wall is thicker.
Yeah.
Since you're trying to stick your head through the wall. So there's stuff like a prison door that he tried earlier. Not really a big deal, but you'll see certain walls, especially the ones when you go out of bounds, that can be really, really hard to get through.
Also, this is the place these NPCs would be running away if I had alerted them outside. Also, there was that guy over there. We still haven't saved him. This door won't open if we don't save him. So I guess we have to go back and save him.
Wow.
Did I miss a rune? Which one would that be?
Did you get the one in the in the guard station? on the way in there.
Oh, I think I might not. Oh yeah.
The one for any, yeah, the one with the potion.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. I can go back and get that one. It's not very far away. Oh, I have not forgotten that one in literally
You do
forever.
have one for basically every category, right?
No, I got it. I got it.
Wait, what?
I definitely got the one after Granny Rags. I got Blink
Yeah.
2 there. It might just be... Did I forget the one in the... I am... Would it be the one in... what's it called? Would it just be the
Maybe
one in the
Campbell's
secret
office?
room downstairs? And now I'm really glad I have Spiritual Pool because I'm wasting a lot of mana doing this. Yeah, I didn't pick that one up. Okay. That's really stupid.
Whoops.
That's a really stupid mistake.
Oh well.
We can get back to this now. Anyway, now I have agility. You might notice I'm running faster. That's why. I can slip through here and kill this enemy.
Yeah, so that's why you should. That door that he just slipped through is the one that you can't get to open until you've saved Martin.
Yeah.
But since we can just flip through it, and we don't need to save him.
Yeah,
He'll
and
still
Martin will just
magically just appear for
miraculously save
cutscenes later.
himself.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's perfectly fine. Like, he's that's another thing. You can shoot doors that are locked if they're made out of wood. And I did miss at coins. Coins are the big ones because coins are scattered all over the level. If I miss a rune like that, it's not a big deal. It just looks stupid because I have to go back for it and find out which one it is. But even without the heart, it didn't take me that long to find out which one it was.
I'm not quite sure, Fisk, how much agility 2 increases running speed, but it is a significant amount. It is very noticeable when you're playing,
Yeah,
when you get it.
I think it's like 30% if I'm just gonna say a random number.
Yeah,
Like between
something like that.
20 and 30 something percent.
I'd agree.
It's something like that. And here's another safe clip that is... It's not that difficult, but it's also kind of hard.
Yeah, so you can see he's trying to just pick up a pouch in there. And the items are put in different locations in the different safes, so it's every one of those safe clips, even though they might look very similar, can be quite a different trick.
Yeah, and there are some later ones because the saves have like 2 stories to them, and if they're on the second story, it can be really difficult to grab them because you have to jump. I'm going to attempt all of them, but I do know the codes.
Yeah, in Dishonored 2, they made it so that all the codes for saves are randomized. They didn't
Yeah.
do that here.
That
Certain
was
characters
not a good
just
idea.
know the code, so they didn't want to do a random audio, like have an audio cue that has to be random. So they just
Maybe it's not
made it the
my
same
place
code
to
every time.
say.
Yeah.
Men of the faith shouldn't live like barons.
So there are guides online with all the
You ready
save
to
codes.
go?
Except the DLC has random save codes, and there's one save that's also random in the main game. But we can clip into that save.
Alright.
I missed a bone charm.
Wait, really?
Which one would that be? Now I'm curious. I might just not go back for it. I got that one. I have an idea. It could be the one in the vice at the very start. But if it's not that one, I'm just not going to look for it. It's not worth it.
Yeah. No chance at Reki then. Feels
Yeah, I missed that one. Fun fact, that bone charm can crash your game. Also, it's worth noting, if I hadn't gotten Spiritual Pool, around this time I would be expecting to have... I got a Corvocopter.
Whoops.
Okay,
That's-
I'm actually kind of happy that happened, because that is really funny.
And super rare.
It's not rare, there are consistent ways to do it, but it usually doesn't happen like that.
Maybe it's not my place to
Yeah,
say.
it doesn't happen by accident a lot.
Live like barons. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, Corvo just leaves his arms and flies into the
Yeah.
horizon. Don't worry about it.
It's really funny. Alright, I got everything this time. If that happens again with like a bone jump or something, I'm probably just not going to care.
Yeah,
Because
you
there really
can
aren't
kind of
that
understand.
many. And it's not like I forgot to do a particular strat. I just went to the place where it was and didn't pick it up. That's not very interesting to go back and show off.
And there's so much stuff in this run. There, as you can see, there were over 3,000 coins for him to collect there. So yes, some of them are 5 or 10 or 20 coins at a time, but it's still a lot of smaller things to pick up. So
Yeah.
missing something in a marathon run might just happen.
Right. So coming up, there are this split is called Weep Problem. The reason for that is there are 2 weeps in the sewers that are causing problems, and we have to deal with them. They've watched so much anime that they've started bleeding from their eyes, and that I think was terrible. But there's actually this kind of new strat. This is not in the world records because it's new. We've got a bounce, place that spring racer, and that just kills both of them. And then we link to that cutscene, and that pulls us inbounds. Then we go to Samuel.
Actually, I haven't seen that
I'll
before.
take you
Wow.
to the Golden Cat when you're ready.
Those weeps are next to 2 runes actually, and they are really convenient for any percent because you can buy a power pretty much immediately with them. But that was a gold split somehow.
Nice.
I'll get you as close as I can to the Golden Cat.
Also, this area might seem familiar.
You'll have to go the rest of the way.
I think I'm playing the same mission as
The
before.
entrance is near Holger Square. The main thing is
I think I might have entered the same one.
Emily.
The current world record holder is me, but that's mostly because nobody else runs this.
There'll be a lot of guards.
Yeah.
Slackjaw might have some ideas on helping you get inside the cat.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot of weeps throughout this run.
This here's his
As the
territory.
plague gets worse and the
He and his Bottle Street gang hole up at the old
Yeah.
anime
one-wall
keeps just
whiskey factory.
getting into this
They
society,
sell
you're
the
gonna see a
elixir
lot more
folks
weeps
use to
after a
fight
while.
off the plague. I'll lay low, but keep an eye out.
Also,
for
since
Yeah.
this is 100%, then we're getting a high
Good luck
chaos
to you.
ending.
know
Since
Emily
he's
must
killing so
mean
many
a lot
people for
to
the
you.
pouches. You will actually be seeing a lot of those enemies.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of weeps. There's another one. Also, because we actually poisoned the distillery with a plague rat, that has caused them to watch a lot of anime, and there's even more weeps there. It's crazy. Also, I should probably reiterate here: anime, like any drug, is fine, but like in moderation. But don't watch so much that you start bleeding from your eyes.
Yeah, stop watching before that point, please.
Yeah, just do
Not
that,
for
then
us,
it's
do
fine.
it for yourself.
But yeah, this place, like I said, we poisoned the elixir that people used to fight off the plague, and now there's a bunch of weeps in here.
Easy, easy. You just need
I hate this.
Yeah, so they poisoned the elixir they used to fight off the plague with the plague.
Yeah,
So,
that's
kind
probably not the smartest idea.
Oh, that's just to make the swallow.
yeah, it's kind of mean.
Yeah, it was
But-
pretty mean, but we have to do
But
it.
Yes, it does get. It gives
rune we
us
don't
one
get.
rune.
Stop watching after you finished Yu-Gi-Oh! I have actually watched every single season of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Witchcraft.
Abridged or.
Actual Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh,
I even watched part of it in Japanese.
well, you'll be bleeding from the eyes soon enough.
I will be bleeding from the eyes soon enough. I think that's actually something people say in this game. Also, these guys are friendly now.
Got anything to smoke or eat?
Do you remember if I got the... Oh wait. Do you remember if I got the bone charm in this area? Because I don't think I did.
So no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't. This bone charm here. That I
Yep.
completely forgot to get. I also somehow forgot to pick up a rune.
Come on, let's get this guy.
Wait, really?
Anyway, that's fine. At least this time I noticed it before I actually got to the end of the game. Also, we saved this guy last mission. The only reason we did that is because he has coins in the next one. Also, fun fact, if you don't save that guy in the previous mission, you can't get his coins in this mission, and you cannot finish the run.
We call that a fun fact, but as you might be able to tell, there's a lot of small idiosyncrasies in this game that are just kind of annoying if you don't know about them. It takes a lot of trial and error just to make a route in this game. But it's a lot of fun.
It is a really fun game, and if this looks hard, yeah, that's because it is, and I'm not even that good at it. But the other categories don't require nearly as much knowledge of the game. Like 80% is also just a really good first run to do ever.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. It has a lot of cool tricks, and it only takes like 30 minutes. I'm missing 10 coins, but I think I know which ones those are. Yeah.
Got you now. Get behind him. Where'd he go? So this is hard. Gone. He's gone.
This is the save that I mentioned earlier that has a random code each time.
But you can just flip
But yeah,
inside.
as you can see, it's possible to clip inside of it. It doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, so, yeah, is there anything we forgot to cover that about basics?
Filthy mud.
Hey, you. Get lost. This here's a...
The one thing I really liked about the 100% route is that you get to see basically every single area in the game.
Yeah.
Most of the other categories just cut out huge chunks of the game because there's literally no incentive to going there if you're not looking for these kinds of collectibles. It's a fun route to see if you want to just get a feel for the game in total. Just
Yeah.
look at the
Also,
world.
here's a really cool strat. We can use drop assassinations like this to cancel fall damage, and it just lines up perfectly that guard is always there. He spawns in and then just gets drop assassinated immediately after. That's kind of funny.
Nice way to skip a hard fall.
Oh. Yeah, that's also a good way. Like
Good
there
way to not die, I
is still an animation, but just the fact that you don't have to worry about the hard fall makes it actually fast.
And also, it's very satisfying whenever you can see the hard fall, even if it's not actually faster.
Yeah, generally the animations in this game are actually really good. It's kind of sad that I skipped them, but every single target has a really long and drawn-out animation for killing them.
Yeah. They're
Also,
very cool. They're just
Yeah,
slow.
the location of our target is random, but because we have to go everywhere, it doesn't matter. It's really slow in the glitchless category, but in the other categories there's also a glitch where you can go out of bounds to finish them off.
Yeah, any percent is now the same for both RNGs.
Yeah, well, it's a different strategy, but the time is the same.
Yeah.
But after a while, there's going to be a mission where 100% is actually more consistent than all the other categories. Yeah, I'm missing 25 points here, but that's expected. There are 4 guards with blue clothing, and there's one of them that I haven't found yet. Ah, there he is. Guards can move around erratically. Normally, it's fairly easy to keep track of them. There's one major exception to that. Let's just check that actually. Yeah, that's the right amount.
As the guards start in set locations, but have some random AI elements to where they go from that location.
Yeah.
Same amounts for any NPC really. You'll see that again in boils.
All NPCs that aren't like allied to you. Like in intermissions, they're always pretty much in the same location on a set time.
The longer you're in an area, the more they'll move. So
I have way too many mana potions.
that's the spiritual pool.
That's the only black female character, by the way.
I mean, there's Billy Lark.
She's in the DLC.
Yeah, that's true.
She's also the best character in the entirety of Dishonored.
Except for Dad.
No, including Dowd. Oh, here's a bunch more weeps.
Yeah, if he would have stayed here, the guards would have followed him down there and started a war with those sweeps, like they should.
Just gonna spend a potion, I have way too many.
You made short work of things. Get in.
Normally you try to end missions without having any mana left because you get a refill after the mission is done. Also, this cutscene is really long. We have a bunch of time to explain. Normally you try to end missions without any mana left, but because I have Spiritual Pool, I'm going to have so much mana that it's not even funny.
Did you explain what Spiritual Pool does?
I don't think it did. It basically makes regen time, like generation time for mana faster, so it takes less time to generate a blink.
It's okay. I heard a lot of none of business.
And there's a bunch of times where it doesn't make sense to blink. You can just not blink and you'll get a blink back for free. And I think the time is like cut in half with Spiritual Pool. It's very noticeable.
And that also goes for like an area where he would be picking up a few coins and then blinking away. Sometimes he'll now get just a free.
Yeah, you get a free blink in those cases, whereas previously you wouldn't get
Young
any.
Lady Emily, I'm Callista. I'll be caring for you in school.
So it messes with the mana route a lot,
Pleased
but
to meet
in a good way.
As am I.
Well, it makes it easier.
Would you like to see
It
your
makes me
room?
able to just completely
Can I see it?
ignore the
You
route.
may. You'll get to see it all.
Yeah.
Also,
The
in
entirety of the
100%,
Hound
the
Pass.
mana route is kind of
I think I'll like
wishy-washy
it.
because you have
I'll go
to
with Callista
play
for
around
now.
the way guards act.
I'll see you later.
And if you do that well, it's usually not actually any slower, but you have to spend your blinks slightly differently. With Spiritual Pool, I can just blink however much I want and it doesn't matter.
The course of the city forever. And with the Pendleton twins gone, our own
But
Lord
in pretty much
Pendleton will
every
soon
other
be
category,
amongst us.
every single blink that you're going to do is
In
planned
one
out.
night, you've done more than most men do in a lifetime.
And if
I need
you
to speak to
deviate
you
just slightly,
For now,
you won't
Lord
have enough
Pendleton
blinks to
requests
finish the
your
run
attention.
properly. And you'll lose time to that.
Corvo.
Yeah, so that cutscene is a minute and 40 seconds.
Minute and
Just
40?
waiting for
Okay.
people to talk. Yeah, it's fun.
Off
And
to
now we're gonna
Baldwin's
go into
Bridge, sir.
another like minute
Look
long
at us
cutscene.
Yeah.
later. Just
This
climb
mission in
aboard
a
when you're
casual
ready.
playthrough is probably one of the sort of less interesting missions because it is just like four
Yeah.
rooms, like 4 areas connected linearly together. But in a speedrun, it's just really, really well designed.
Baldwin's Bridge. You've been
It's
in
just
the
a
city
lot
for
of
years,
fun, this mission,
done
and I
one
really, really
tower
like
with
it.
late Empress, so maybe you haven't visited the bridge
Yeah, the different
before.
categories go about
Something
this
to
mission in
look out
very
for.
different ways, but they're
See
all
all
Yeah.
the lights of
interesting
the
challenges in their own
That's right.
like,
We'll be spotted for sure.
version of the same level. Because this level is very linear in that you have to get to the end of it. It's just following a straight line. There's
It's a
so many
bridge, it
like
has a start
smaller
and an
roads you
end
can take
point.
around, up, down, into the water. There's a lot of stuff to find along that line.
New technology, potions, and
Yeah.
the like. Seems dangerous to me.
But it's, yeah, in a casual playthrough, this is one of the less interesting levels, but in a speedrun, this is one of the best, I think, in pretty much all categories. I tried to pick
And
buckets
it's one
that
of
guard. Can't always.
one of the most smooth looking missions for parts of it.
We are also going to be introduced to a famous enemy, the River Crust, which is a plant, and it's also the hardest enemy in the game. Among the enemies in this game are highly trained assassins, and a plant is the hardest enemy. All the enemies in the game. Even on easy, it can kill me. Like, it's actually a danger even on easy. On hard, it kills me
Flat.
stupid quick.
We're not really just talking difficulty, it's just a hard plan too.
Yeah, just in general. Let me missing anything here. Also, this blink is really difficult. Let's see if I can get it right. And I got a hard fall. It is possible to do that without a hard fall, but it's really difficult. Also, coming up is a really difficult safe to clip into. This one, I kind of have a setup for it, but I'm gonna give it a few tries, and if it doesn't work out, I'm just going to... Got one of the gold pass. I got another one. That's...
Hey.
And then I can't get the rune.
Sweet.
The rune is easy because it's on the ground level of the safe. Oh, don't make me open the safe for the rune. There we go.
Yeah, so sometimes people just open the safe instead.
I want to make extra certain that I didn't forget the box. There's a box in this room. I got it. Good. Because I felt like I hadn't actually picked it up, but I had.
You'll see that there's some items that he just leaves. That's usually just food.
Yeah,
Or
food,
sometimes
ammunition. Also another thing, notes. You don't want to pick up notes.
Yeah, they don't count as a collectible, and it takes a bit of time for them to open, and then you close them again.
And you also have to press escape to close them, which is kind of awkward.
Yeah, it's funky.
There's a glitch here I really wish I could show off, but I don't have time. And it's completely useless for every single category.
Yeah,
but I like it because I found it.
It's a really fun glitch.
Yeah, it lets you
It
fly.
has something to do with the ways the chains work.
Or rather, how they don't work.
So then
Because
you
they
just
don't
kind
work
of
as you
can
expect.
fly wherever you want.
Yeah.
You can go
The
for
thing we
trip
didn't mention,
into the
but
horizon.
these are the plants, by the way, they are really scary. The thing we didn't mention is the skybox of this game is actually really detailed. You can see a lot of landmarks that you actually visit in game.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, and with the flying glitch you can like go and visit them in the skybox as well.
We can show that off a bit when we're talking to Samuel next time.
Yeah, we can probably do that. Didn't miss anything in this area. This area is going surprisingly well. I mean, I expected I would miss something in at least one of these areas, but so far I haven't forgotten anything. Open.
Yeah, so
You
those
only
things
shoot
don't
straight
open
across
until they
when they're
spot
open.
you, and they can't be shot until they open.
I
You
spent...
can still grenade them, right?
You can also grenade them, and you can shoot them with bullets twice, and that will also kill them.
They will definitely spot you after the first time.
Yeah, but if you're standing directly next to them, they're not gonna open.
Oh yeah.
But it does cost 2 bullets, so. Also, I spent money on upgrading my crossbow so it shoots faster. The only reason I do that is so I can kill river crusts faster. That's the only reason for that. I forgot to throw this grenade. I'm gonna do it now.
Please stop that.
I didn't miss anything in this area either.
Perfect.
Here's an area that a lot of people don't know exists.
How do you get in there?
You get in there by, I can explain it actually. So you find this note here, which explains how to do it. You do it by like turning the handle on a sink.
Of course.
It makes sense.
Yeah, that's Dishonored.
That's a really cool secret. Here's another safe that I've had way too much trouble with flipping into. Actually, I'm just not even gonna bother.
Yeah, that one's more in a wall, so it's like more resistance, I guess.
Wait, do I even know the safe code? I don't. Alright, I'm gonna clip into it then. I'm gonna do the mission to find out. Nah, let's clip into it. I thought I remembered all the save codes. Apparently I'd forgotten that one.
I just pulled them up in case we need any more.
That's a good idea.
So this is one of the only mission where we're gonna abduct a character and take them with us.
Yeah, we're not actually supposed to kill anyone in this mission. I wanted to make sure. One of those guards have coins on him, and I wasn't quite sure which one it was. Oh,
Yeah,
he happens to be here.
you're basically told to kidnap Rasputin.
Yeah,
His name is so
that's what it is. Also, this glitch here is called luckless. It lets me skip opening a lock. There's a deep lore reason why it's called luckless. And oh no, we got the cutscene because I was just about to shoot him with burn arrows, which would not have been good. Oh, I did that during practice as well. Break him out, good.
The royal physician himself. He made a neat job of it. Drop him here and we'll be off.
I lost a bunch of time on an earlier mission. The first, like, major mission. But I've actually not lost that much on subsequent ones, which is really nice.
Sweet.
This next mission coming up is known for being really horrible in the any percent run. Actually, pretty much every other category is known for being really horrible because there are 3 possible targets. The spawn position is random, so it's a 1 in 3 to be able to complete the mission fast. And if you're going for world record, that it's a 1 in 3 of being able to continue with your run. In 100%, it is 100% consistent. So that's actually kind of a funny thing because in 100% you have to go everywhere in every mission. It doesn't matter that target can be spread out over it. It's the same speed.
Yeah, it's just because usually for most other categories of this mission, you want to just kill one of the 3 possible targets and hope that that was correct. But since you're just running throughout everywhere in the mission getting points anyways, you might as well just murder them on your way.
Also, there's a trick coming up, which I'm going to try and do.
You're part of this.
Double ass?
Yes, double ass. Called that for a reason. There, we got it. Also, I want to show this off. So, if I hadn't gotten Spiritual Pool, this would be the point where I would buy potions, but I can't go in yet. So, because he's looking at that through the lock. But then you can just walk up to him, shoot the door, and then you don't get a long cutscene. And this just happens to be the fastest place to buy potions, but I'm not going to buy potions because I have enough. I have plenty. I want to show that off.
Also, hi Callista.
Yeah. We just get to say hi to that. And the fastest way is to shoot the door open. That is the fastest way.
Yeah, just gotta make sure you don't shoot Pierre.
Yeah, if you shoot him, it's game over. Due to irreconcilable hostilities.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
It
happens a lot when you're playing casually. It's just fun to kill enemies, like allies too.
Watch yourself, Corvo.
Yeah.
They don't fool around.
Also for the speedrun, it can happen a lot during the first mission.
Once you get to the party,
We're
Yeah.
jumping on, doing the head boost.
enjoy your
Also,
evening
in the
out.
DLC, which I'll be running later in the marathon,
You and me.
there's an NPC that sometimes just gets a grenade shot directly at her. And then she dies.
Yeah, that can happen, but then it's... I mean, you missed if that happens.
I mean, if it happens, it is entirely your fault.
Yeah,
But that has happened to me in practice.
Going into a park.
That has happened a lot in Never Done Well any percent.
Yeah. But yeah, this mission has just like a bunch of small coins, like individual coins, spread out all over it. Like, here's one at the very end of an alley, for no reason. Also, these two NPCs, these two, will despawn once I enter the mansion.
Maddie, don't chase after them.
So if I don't pick up the pouches right there, I will not be able to finish the run.
Pendleton is a gutless liar.
Also, if I
Games
blink
break?
here, that will alert the guy that I just gave a note to. Giving him a note is fast, so I have to get out of sight before I can actually blink. And if I were to do that, I would not be able to get all coins inside the mansion because it would alert all of the guests inside. And they would run away, and that includes their pouches.
Yeah, that can be problematic. Losing the guests.
It's not just problematic, it is run over.
Nah, it's fine.
Or at least having to reload a save, or find a way to get more coins.
Oh my.
Which there actually is a way to do in this mission. It's possible to duplicate a painting, but I have decided to not allow that because it ruins the fun. Didn't miss anything. On my first world record run of this, I missed a single coin in the outside area and spent like 3 minutes trying to find it. Also, the enemies got alerted here, that's fine. It's possible to just quick save, quick load, and they will not be alerted.
Lydia, Waverly, Esma, why?
Fine.
Welcome to the party.
No, I'm as gentle as
Yeah, the security at this party is kind of lackluster.
Doing all right there?
So,
There's
as you can see,
normally a
this is
boil
like a
woman here.
costume party. And
That's
for some reason,
probably
since you're
fine.
already wearing the mask of a murderer, you're just allowed in.
Half a year before the Empress died.
That's basically the law.
Yeah, they think I'm wearing a really sick costume, but I'm the actual assassin.
Yeah.
Also, there's an NPC right here, this one right here, that I really don't want to notice me because one, he's a pervert, and two, he will start an unskippable cutscene.
You there. Go ahead. Take
I don't want to happen.
it. Does.
I think I'm missing just one coin downstairs. Okay, somehow that cost a...
I had a servant sew me an extra pocket.
Welcome to the Boils.
Figured to happen. I think I'm missing coins right now. Yes, I'm missing
evening, sir.
possibly a pouch inside here
If you want to be beaten, go right ahead.
or somewhere else, and I'm missing one of the boil women as well.
I beg your
We found out what the whales
Yeah, I'm
could
missing
do.
this guy, and then I'm also missing
There's an empire.
one of the boil women who weren't where I expected. She might be there now.
What is this?
About
Okay.
upstairs.
Welcome to the Boils.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
What madness is
And now I'm going to kill this guy because otherwise he's going to get in the way. And
Yeah, those
we're going to alert
Those-
everyone. I'm also
those
going to be
enemies are
shooting
called
my
these
gun a few
controversies.
times. That actually serves a purpose. And I would that key up just in case.
So that enemy he just threw a grenade at is called a music box overseer. And if they are alerted to your presence, they start playing a song that just takes away all your magic abilities, including your double jump and your speed boost from agility. So it's even if you're not blinking for that segment, it's still just slower.
Yeah, but as you notice, one of the boil women were running upstairs earlier, and they all happened to run to this particular bedroom. So, place a single spring razor, and they're all dead. We've killed all of them. We must have killed the correct one, and that's the mission over with. That strategy is 100% consistent as long as you cause enough noise upstairs, which is why I just shoot a bunch of guards. And they always come upstairs running.
Yeah, it's kind of weird they don't go to their individual bedrooms.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that they don't do that. But I'm glad that they don't because it's convenient.
Yeah.
Plus, you know,
Yeah, they all run to Waverly's bedroom. Okay. That's how we do it. Then we just go out of bounds and clip in bounds here. It's a slightly difficult clip because you have to jump.
Oh.
And let me go out of bounds here too. Inside the basement vault. Leave, and we happen to end up right where we need to go. Haven't collected all coins. Good. Should I try and have Samuel leave without me?
Oh, what? Try to set it up? Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and set it up. It's not good. You don't want it to happen.
Yeah, it's
But, like, if you-
really annoying if you get
I
it in
didn't
an
get it.
actual.
I definitely did get
good
it.
run.
If I were to blink over the boat there, I might have gotten it, but I blinked onto the boat. It's fine. But it's possible in this next mission here. Didn't miss anything? Good. It's possible for Samuel to just leave without you. So I would just be standing there at the start, and Samuel would just be moving on without me, and I would have to spend a bunch of blinks to catch up with him. And it's
Also, it's not even like when he gets too far away from you, the cutscene stops. You just have to
No.
watch the entire cutscene, and
Just the
then
entire cutscene.
you have to blink to catch
and
up.
then you have to blink to catch up. It's really stupid.
But it looks kind of funny. And
It looks funny, which is why I was trying to get it. It's fun to show off.
It's one of those things that a lot of new runners experience once and are like, "What is going on?"
I missed that blink. That was really dumb.
Done away with a woman, and a noble woman at that.
Also, if I don't get an oh my, I'm going
She
to.
held the
I'm
Lord
actually going to make a
Regent's
save just so I can get an oh my.
So I don't feel a thing for her. You've had a long night, Corvo.
Also, if I hadn't given the guy outside the mansion the
Havelock
note,
and Martin have already
there would have been an
cooked up something
extra line of dialogue
more. They would
here.
like to see you
So it saves time to
in
give him that
Havelock's
note.
chambers above the bar.
Attention Dunwall citizens.
Corvo,
To Boyle Manor, remain off limits pending an ongoing investigation.
Ready to
Alright, pay attention to Samuel's dialogue here.
About time we took care of my say. Long past time. Oh my.
Oh my. That's because he saw me blink towards him, and then that line got queued up. But then I talked to him, so he started talking to me, and then the line played after he had just finished the conversation with me. And for some reason, because of the way we blink in that area, we always get it, and it sounds really funny.
Most important thing is killing
You can
the
get
Lord
it in a
Regent.
few different ways too. If you
Built
like
himself
land on his
quite a
head right
place
before
atop
you
the
can
tower.
queue up a line about
Also, it is safe
staying
for
away
us.
from him.
That's funny too.
Crazy
It's like,
because
leave me alone.
Yeah.
another point of
Funny.
interest
Stop right now, Corvo.
tour, Corvo. Broadcast control
You can jump on
station
top of
where all
NPCs
them
in this game.
announcements come from. Might be worth looking into.
Fun.
Ready?
And there are some uses
time
for
I
it
see you, the
in
Lord
some
Regent
very
will be
specific
dead.
meme categories.
And if not,
Yeah. What is it?
Kill Cascade.
Yeah.
Because there's a glitch here where if you jump on someone's head in the correct way, you'll just get launched, kind of like a leap in Dishonored 2, if you guys know about those.
Yeah, and it looks
allows you to move
really funny
fast.
actually.
All tower personnel.
Also, right here I'm actually not killing the enemies because it happens to be faster to pickpocket them because they're just in a convenient location to pickpocket. And now I'm really hoping that I don't die. I'm actually going to take this slightly carefully so that I can hopefully do this without dying. Right. There are no guards up here. If you played this game, there's supposed to be guards up here. But because I never reloaded this area and the game doesn't expect you to be up here, the guards don't show up. So I don't have to worry about them. And that includes the music box overseer, so that's faster. Anyways, that's certain. Also, the Lord Regent hasn't spawned yet. He'll only spawn once I leave the tower. And I didn't miss anything. That's good. But I just placed 2 spring races to deal with him. Here's another save that's kind of difficult to clip inside.
What does he need from, what, both floors here?
Come on. There we go. There's only one item in that, so it's not as difficult as the other one.
Alright.
But it's still, like, slightly difficult.
A lot of what someone is doing is might look like it's just doing it so smoothly that these are easy tricks, but there's a lot of like individual trick practice that goes into this game.
Emily, my daughter.
Have you paid attention to whether or not I've gotten strong arms?
I don't think you have, but I'm not sure.
Please be here somewhere. There's a guard that sometimes runs off, and I think he's done that. I once lost 3 minutes to that guard running off because I then died trying to find him. That's really bad. Oh, it might be this guy. No, it's not. Not this guy. He has a particular very noticeable face. Oh, it might be... No, it's also not this guy.
Can't believe that sword hit.
Also, drop assassinations in this game are way too good because guards can't block them. Oh! Is it you?
Yeah,
It is you. Yeah, he just ran off somewhere and I had no clue where.
Here you are, Corvo.
I think it's consistent if you do the upstairs really fast, but I didn't do that this time. And that's fine.
That might be worth checking out. And this train needs to go. What was the flight? What's all that noise? What did you see?
Yeah, so 100% for this game, as well as being like the longest category by far, is also probably the fastest in terms of just the amount of stuff. Like the skill ceiling in terms of how fast you can be here is insane.
Yeah.
Like there's so many smaller like turnarounds that you can optimize movement wise. And yeah.
I really wish someone actually good at this game would run it, because I do not have a very good 80% time. I could probably improve it, but even then, I'm not going to get anywhere near world record without a lot of practice. Oh, of course that happened. I guess I should talk about that.
The
certain enemies in this game can stun you, and then if they hit you with a particular kind of sword slash, you die instantly. Doesn't matter what difficulty is, doesn't matter how much health you have, you die instantly. It's a really weird mechanic that they decided to add.
Yeah.
The assassins that we're going to see a lot of later in the run are particularly annoying.
Yeah, especially if you come in and doubt in the wrong way.
Yeah.
It can happen almost every time.
Doubt isn't so bad in this particular category, but there are later places where assassins really can be annoying, and doubt can actually help us not having to deal with the assassins because you can pause time.
Yeah. I'm using stuff.
I fell down. Awesome. I did that during practice too. I actually did it twice during practice.
No.
What?
Wait. Did you skip the doubt fight in this? No. Because you pickpocket him, right? Or did you kill him?
I pickpocketed him, yes. Didn't miss any coincide.
You don't actually have to fight him at all.
You're ready to go to the hound pits.
At least in the speedrun.
We don't kill Dowd. I might have to kill Dowd if he notices me, because then I can't pickpocket him. But if he doesn't notice me, I'll pickpocket him and I'll let him live, because then he just freezes time, and that's really convenient. Because I don't have to deal with his assassins while time is frozen.
Maybe it's going to be
For a category like any percent, you just clip out of bounds and skip the entire area altogether.
Yeah, you don't even meet down. And it's
Yeah,
really funny because after leaving the area, it says target spared down, and you didn't even see him.
Me, I think I'll just linger.
You only see him during the cutscene coming up right now. So
Also-
this is probably the slowest part of the run in terms
Yeah.
of there's a lot of cutscenes going on.
Also, this intermission is full of skippable cutscenes, so I'm pretty much going to be holding down F throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of ass here.
Yeah, a lot of ass in the area. I might have accidentally released it there.
That can happen.
That can happen. As long as I don't release it during the 2 minutes and 30 seconds coming up.
Yeah, so there's a fun little cutscene we're going into right now that's gonna last for about the time that someone just had. It's
Yeah. And I have
It's
to
really
hold
long.
down F throughout the entire thing, because there's an ass after it, and
you really want to save that
I
one.
really want to save that 1 second. This used to be the designated bathroom break during runs of this. It no longer exists. You have to sit
Yeah,
down
so
for
the
over
longest-
an hour straight now.
The longest break in the run is probably the
The earlier
cutscene where you
cutscene
bring
after
Emily back?
rescuing Emily.
Yeah. That's a minute and 40.
Alternatively, another good breakpoint is resetting during intro. You do all the time
Yeah.
when actually doing runs. That segment. This cutscene is another one that's kind of broken on higher FOV. You noticed earlier, my arm was like flipping through the side of the boat. There's actually a cool detail here to see down there.
Oh yeah, there it is.
That's something a lot of people don't know. I also didn't until it was pointed out to me.
I didn't know until you pointed it out to me.
Yeah. Corvo gets betrayed first by the people that we've spent all this time killing. Then we do that and we prove that we were in fact innocent all along. And then he gets betrayed by the ones who helped him prove his innocence. So he gets dishonored, then he gets re-honored, then he gets re-dishonored.
And then he gets re-honored.
Re-honored, I don't know.
And I know what it felt like to shove a blade into your empress.
I don't know, there's a lot of re.
Yeah.
Who you are and who you fight for.
Also, that's all of our stuff.
And I can't
That's a sword, a crossbow, a pistol, our mana. He just tosses it away. But worst of all,
Alright.
it's our coins.
Right now he gets hit by nobody.
Yeah. rather, you do get hit by an assassin. The assassin that hits you is there, but he isn't animated. I could have shown that off if I'd looked at him. Also, coming up is a clip that I'm really, really bad at. I think Leuven doesn't even do it. I do it, but badly.
What, brickless?
Yeah.
I've started doing it.
You started doing it? Okay.
Yeah.
Probably better
Kinda
at it
had
than I
to in
am.
the end. Yeah, it saves too much time.
Yeah, and it also just looks really cool. It's not
Yeah.
as difficult as you might as it kind of looks, but it also kind of is as difficult as it looks. There we go.
Yeah, the problem with brickless is that you've just been sitting there pressing F for 2 minutes. Your hands aren't warmed up at all. So you're just trying to do a really hard trick with kind
Why am I
of
blinking that
cold
direction?
hands.
I'm so glad that blink failed because it was the wrong way to blink. I always get disoriented after that part. I can't tell which way's up or down.
And that's where this also alters from the any percent route, right? It's you're used to just wanting to blink out there from all the other routes.
Yeah, but that's also different now in 80%. You don't even blink out there anymore.
I mean, they're both equally fast, actually. They're going down isn't
Oh.
is as fast. It's just preference. Do you want the double blink or do you want the swimming?
I guess you want to put the double blink.
Yeah,
That's definitely cooler.
Yeah, and
Also,
easier.
easiest way to deal with these river crusts is to pick up a grenade, stand on top of them, and blow up. Because that just puts them in a really convenient location. I'm gonna make sure that I didn't miss any of the coins they have. Because I did that just earlier, before doing this. I'm going to check if I got... No, yes, yeah, I have it. I have strong arms. Choking is faster.
Sweet.
I obviously need that for this run. I wish I got it earlier.
Choking
Actually.
is faster.
Yeah, I wish I gotten it earlier. That would have made a camp faster. A lot faster. With all the chokes I did.
Yeah, and it makes choking just ridiculously amount faster.
Yeah. I mean, ideally for a world record, you don't want to choke, but for something like this, you're gonna choke all the time. So much faster.
So is your stuff counted as coins for this mission?
No, you don't have to. You don't actually have to pick up your stuff again. But I pick it up because I'm in the vicinity, so I might as well. And
Yeah,
unlike
there's a
every
lot of
other
resources
category, it actually matters that you have like items to be able to fight enemies with.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, actually, if we had done the non-lethal elimination of the High Overseer, he would be here and he would be watching anime with all the other weeps.
Yeah.
That's a nice little
Yeah,
detail.
because you kind of disgrace him from religion and he turns to anime, and it's not a
That's what
pretty sight.
happens. That's exactly what happens. It definitely isn't a joke based on a stupid wordplay.
Yeah, not at all. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Also, I really hope I didn't miss anything in this area. Also, I picked up a sword which has a different sheathing animation. That means I'm not going to be doing swordless for a while.
You can
like,
still
yeah.
do swordless with this, but it
You
requires
can do swordless,
few
you
more
have to
inputs,
do it
and
like
it takes
that.
longer to do.
But it takes longer and it takes a little bit more still to do.
And also, it's just since you get that sword anyway, it's not that big of a deal to try to set it up.
I am missing a tenor in this area.
Well, shoot.
It's not so bad. Although I actually can't go back up the way I came. Let's see.
You can fly out.
I actually can fly out. I'm not going to. Also, this is the only reason I'm playing on a down-patched version of the game. That
okay.
link.
Yeah. For some reason, the detection when you're inside of a floor or a roof works differently in 1.2 and 1.4.
Yeah.
So that in 1.2, it usually just pulls you through it, so that if you get stuck inside of a surface like that, like someone just was,
Get off of me, weep. Go back to your anime.
you end up on the other side of where you entered usually, which can be really useful for going either like that, or going back into bounds in certain places, or going out of bounds.
Ah, I
in
missed
other
that one.
places.
Okay, now I'm back on track again. Good.
Whoa!
I was almost certain that I actually missed something in this area because there's so much. Like if I get through Flooded District without missing anything, it's a miracle. Oh. God damn it, that grenade throw was not very good. Actually, it was really not very good. So bad I'm going to...
Where did they go?
I'm going to reload this whole thing again. Nice hardball.
Nice hardball.
Yeah. In Flooded District, there's a lot of the places where we have to kill river crusts like this, and the way I throw grenades matters a lot. I think that's all of them, yeah. And I'm just going to go. Oh god, this is really not difficult. Yeah, I usually have like setups for grenades that I toss here, but I just winged it earlier and that was a mistake. And the problem with that is once you've done it, you can't really undo it. So I just had to reload.
Now we're back on track.
But yeah, we're back on track now. Let's check the coin amount before we say that, but yes, I am.
Sweet. Yeah, 20,000 coins in this game is a lot. There's nothing you can't buy. The most expensive
Yeah, I could
stuff is
buy
upload.
every single upgrade if I wanted to, and I picked up the blueprints. Huh. Those river cross actually played really nice this time. They have not played nice in practice. That's nice. And this is the point where we have to start dealing with assassins. And they are some of the most annoying enemies in this game. They have that attack where they pull you towards them.
They can pull you in, they can shoot you
I
with
didn't pick up the key.
crossbows.
How come I
Oh,
didn't pick
really?
up the key? That's so
And if
bad.
they shoot you with a crossbow, they can stun you, and that's one of the like faster projectiles that can stun you. You can also
Yeah.
get stunned by like getting shot
They
by
can
a bullet.
stun you, and then
That's
they can
slower.
do the insta-kill attack immediately afterwards. And
can
even
die
if the
to
assassin
one
that
assassin.
stunned you doesn't do that... Oh, coming up, this is really important. This save here we have to open. Code is 428, and if you do that, it's 420. That's a 420 save. It is really important. And if you don't do that, it's worth noting, if you don't do that, it's not a valid run. That is an official ruling.
Yeah, you need double ass and you need that.
Double ass is optional, at least if you have a keyboard that can't handle it, because you have to do quite a few inputs. But that one, there's no excuse not to do.
Yeah, the day someone gets world record in 90% without double ass, we'll have a discussion about this. Nice hard fall.
Let's check. I haven't missed anything. I missed this coin here in my world record. Stop pulling me. Also, Dowd is right here. Ah, he noticed me. That means we have to kill him. He's dead now.
Yeah, he's not really that big of an opponent if you just go
Yeah, he
behind him and
really
stab
is
him.
not that difficult to fight. You can kill him like any other target. But if he doesn't notice you, he's actually a pretty tough fight.
Yeah, he gets a lot harder to murder if he's seen you. It's like
Yeah.
he becomes made out of diamonds or something. It's crazy. Somebody's skin's just completely impenetrable.
Oh god, this drunk is so horrible. That should be the correct amount. This is not difficult. Yeah, at this point, if we had just completely ran away from Dowd like a scared girl, it would have said target spared. That's kind of funny.
I mean, it doesn't matter really for this category. You managed to kill him really quickly anyway. So
Yeah,
even this
just
time.
jump and then stab.
Because if you do like a normal standing stab, you get like a special animation for actual
Yeah.
targets. But if you just jump right beforehand, you just kind of stab the air and they fall to the ground, and it looks kind of dumb, but it's very fast.
Also, coming up is a, I think, really cool strat. It is, there's an area with a bunch of creeps in, which, fun fact, if I hadn't killed a bunch of people, they wouldn't be watching anime now. So I'm actually responsible for that. But
Yeah, we live in a
this
society,
place,
definitely.
this would actually just be regular civilians if I wasn't high chaos. You get high chaos by just killing a bunch of enemies. I've done.
Yeah, if you kill a lot of people, get spotted a lot, or don't go for non-lethal options on
Yeah.
targets.
And every other category is low chaos.
Yeah, getting high chaos just happens here because you gotta stab so many people to get their
I have
points
to kill so many
quickly.
people, and It's fast. It's fast. Samuel later
It's
points
fast.
out that that we have gone out of our way to be brutal, and we actually haven't. Like every person we killed, there was a reason for it.
Yeah, they had money. They
Yeah,
had
they
our
had
money.
money, and we needed that money.
I mean, we're basically millionaires in this economy, but
Yeah. Well, we aren't. We are 22,000
yeah, but like adjusting for inflation.
Adjusting for inflation, yes. I mean, this takes place in like a Victorian-ish era, so
Yeah, I think it's.
it's like 100 years.
I think this is 1850-ish.
Yeah.
1860
Well,
maybe.
it doesn't take place in this world. It takes place in a fictionalized
Yeah.
world. Also, here's
Yeah,
a really
it's,
cool strat,
fake Britain.
I think, that I almost messed up and died. But we go out of bounds here, and then we go inbounds over here, where we're not supposed to go inbounds. We're not supposed to be able to go inbounds here. There's a bunch of river crusts. There's only particular river crusts that actually have coins on them. So, this is for the with NPCs. You kind of recognize them. But we're not supposed to be in this area because there are some missions that we didn't do, but we can still clip into it.
Oh, this is for the Granny Rags pack?
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Spoiler alert, Granny Rags turns out to actually be a witch. And we have to either help her or
Slackjaw.
Blackjaw, yes.
Because she is, she's captured the mob boss that we posted the thing for earlier.
Yeah.
And she's gonna
That you
roast
haven't
him.
seen yet. And here is actually a sort of difficult trick. So the way it works is I go behind her, pickpocket her key, free Slackjaw. Normally he really wants to explain exactly how to kill Granny Rags. But if we do this in a particular way... No, now he's trying to explain how to kill Granny Rags, despite me having just killed her. I'm gonna reload this because that is worth it. I'm gonna try this a few times.
Yeah, it's called Slackjaw for a reason. I just won't shut up.
Yeah, this time it works. Now he isn't talking because he's still alerted. And then I can talk to him and he gives me a bunch of coins and now I just leave him to die from all the rats. Because he can't figure out how to fight a bunch of rats.
Problem.
Also, because I killed Granny Rags so quickly, actually, there's a screen of, like, there's a post-processing filter, as you can see, with a bunch of fog over the screen. That looks really annoying. And that's gonna be here for the rest of the run. It's somewhat difficult for me to see, and the compression is probably going to completely murder it. I'm sorry about that, there's nothing I can do.
Wait, is it rest of the run or rest of the...
It's rest of this mission, which is over soon.
Yeah.
But it is still quite annoying.
If you thought this game was hard before. Now introducing Dishonored without sight.
Yeah. I don't know how this looks in stream, but I can't imagine that it looks good.
People have done what's called darkness percent here before, where you basically turn off everything in the heads-up display, and you also just
Turn down the brightness.
turn down your brightness, up the contrast,
I'm going to double check. Yeah, that's correct.
and you mute the game, right? Something like that. So you have no way of
Oh,
knowing.
you also mute your game.
basically.
That
Yeah,
is, that's
you
tough.
at least mute some parts of it. I'm not sure if you mute all voice lines, but yeah, it's been done. People have.
Okay, I got everything.
It takes longer than this run to do the any percent route that way.
That mission is the longest mission by far in this game, but that's over with now, and the last two missions are really short. One thing, this is an area we've already seen.
Yeah, he's been here during a few intermissions, but
Yeah,
this is
they
now
just
an
decided
actual
to make a
mission, so he has to actually pick up the coins this time.
Yeah, this is not an intermission. Also, I'm going to
This one is called
try and...
Loyalist.
Alright, I'm not going to try and do that, I'm just going to kill him. Normally you shoot this
basically-
guy with a sleep dart, but he started running, so I just had to go and kill him.
basically your co-conspirators tried to murder you after you.
Yeah, they
did
murdered
your
all the
narrative.
other useful NPCs. Like, they're
Yeah,
dead.
so you went back to the base, and now Sam is gonna pick you up in a boat. But first, we gotta pick up some coins since
No,
it's
we
an
have to pick
actual
up
mission.
coins. Coins are better. Coins are more important than saving our daughter.
Oh yeah, by the way, Emily's our daughter. Not really a spoiler anymore after Dishonored 2 came out.
Yeah, it's hinted at in this game, and it's confirmed in Dishonored 2.
I mean, Pendleton in the high chaos, I think, if you talk to him when he's sitting there bleeding out after getting shot by a stray bullet, he just straight up
you don't
says
have a
that
beard.
everyone knows that Corvo was sleeping with the Empress.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't necessarily confirm that Emily's his daughter, but
That's
yeah,
good
it's a
ass.
very, very
have a
strong
beard.
into that.
The other one I'm looking for. Yeah, he does have a wonderful beard, I must say.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It is a gorgeous beard. As we're at the end right now. This mission. Hopefully I can do this fast enough. And let's double check that I have all the coins I do. So I'm
Yeah,
going
so
to...
one last boat right with Samuel.
Yeah, very last boat, right? We can actually kill Samuel after this if we want. Because at this point he's no longer useful. You can actually just kill him. The game is fine with that. And the way I did that was I skipped a bunch of dialogue by getting out of reach of Samuel.
Yeah, it's kind of precise, but you can set it up quite easily if you have enough mana.
Yeah.
The island is a bloody
Don't kill
mess.
Samuel. I would like to point out he dies anyway if we don't kill him. Like,
Just
yeah,
after
he
the
dies
game.
in the end of
Bet the
game
Admiral's
cutscene.
got her locked up in a lighthouse somewhere.
Alright, I won't kill him.
Yeah.
Lost the first round, he's
He only
back
dies
in
in
doing his
high
best
chaos
to
though,
drink
right?
himself to
Yeah, he
death.
only dies in high chaos. He
I
can survive in
suspect
low
it's
chaos.
Martin who's got the lighthouse
Yeah,
at
for
sea.
some reason, high chaos actually changes the weather.
The Admiral's power mad, Martin's
I think
asleep.
Yeah,
that's.
because it's spooky.
I think it's because high chaos is sort of supposed to be
I'm a little
like
disappointed
empowering the
in
outsider or
Corvo.
something, and they
It's
completely
like
forgot
you've
about
gone
that
out of
in
your way to
Dishonored 2.
It's been interesting traveling.
Yeah, it's kind of a feels bad
Like
map.
it's sort of a
Last
metaphor,
time you'll
sort
see
of
me,
not
sir.
really.
Goodbye.
Also, previous
My
mission
only
had
hope is that
360
everything
coins
comes
in
under
it.
control.
This has 197, and some of those are just a single pouch with 100 coins in it.
Nice, dude.
So there's really not a lot of coins in this mission.
But yeah, we let Samuel live now.
Yeah, we'll let him live. I kill him in my
He'll
world
be-
record, but it's okay.
Yeah, and also the Seeker does it in his old
Yeah,
90% record.
that's really mean. I mean,
Yeah.
oh, but we can kill Emily. It's
Oh, yeah,
slower,
yeah,
but
you
we can
can-
kill Emily.
I mean, doesn't matter if it's slow or if it's in estimate, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna kill her though. Because it's a messed time, and the auto splitter doesn't actually trigger if you don't save her.
What was that? Well, we'll sit for a while and consider the problem.
Yeah, so a lot of speedrunners like to kill Samuel just because of the fact that he takes up so much time for a lot of
Yeah.
runs. 'Cause he spends so much time just sitting in his boat.
Not now.
Alright, I have all
I mean,
coins
it's a
in
nice
this area.
boat.
Now, the question is also whether or not I'm going to do YOLO Lighthouse.
I mean, you should always do YOLO.
I should, but I've actually failed it like twice or something, like maybe even 3 times in practice. I'm kind of scared.
I mean, Samuel is the only person that stays loyal to us this entire game. Even Emily wants to murder everyone by the end
He
of it.
doesn't in really high chaos. Let me try.
Oh yeah, he tells you to leave, right?
Not only that, he does that in this version. I got YOLO Lighthouse, by the way. It's actually not difficult. It used to be, but it is.
Time is coming up, right?
Time is coming up right now. Last trick of the run, I take out my sword to alert Havelock faster, and that's time, by the way.
Yeah, so he saved Emily. Whoa!
Saved Emily.
I knew you would come.
You pay attention to her
The
dialogue.
others are all dead, aren't they? That's all
gone
right.
really
Someone's
dark
going
and
back
edgy
and
because we
killing
killed a
anyway.
bunch of people.
I am
I think we
going
got the
with
bad
this.
ending.
Yeah, it's a.
Alright.
She's
And
not
now
a
it's
great,
also
great
confirmed
empress
that
in this ending.
I didn't miss anything.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah.
I don't know
Alright.
about time, if we have...
What will
If I have time to
history
show
say
off a few glitches, or if we should just
that
move on to the
daughter of
next
a
run.
murdered empress ascended the throne up a mountain of corpses, carried by an assassin named Corvo? No.
So as you can see, this is
They'll
a
say
very
that little
peaceful and
Emily
nice reign.
called when the
Yes.
Fates came to power
Everything
in
is in
an age
order.
of
We
terror
have
and
everything under
corruption,
control.
and that she did her best
It's calm.
in a world that is
Yeah.
not kind to little girls or empresses.
I guess we should do shoutouts at the very least. Shoutouts to Saradath Scopy, who have also done runs of this. Saradath and Scopy. And shoutout, this is Samuel dying by the way. Shoutouts to Decided Sloth, who has not done runs of this in a while, but he was the first to run this category.
Shout out
And
Sloth.
he got
Whether the
a
stories told mention
1
your
hour
name or not,
and
she
36
will
minutes,
remember.
so if you want to run this category, that's the time to beat. And he is also the one who started the entirety of Dishonored community.
Yeah.
Sika, Votium, who are really good runners. And I think Henny is actually going to be a live run of this that's going to be streamed on the Bethesda channel, like next weekend, I think.
Saturday next week, yeah.
Saturday next week, yeah. So if you
in
want
German.
to watch that in German, you can. But can I show off a few glitches, or should I just stop now?
I can give you about 10 minutes.
10 minutes,
can do
alright.
whatever you
I'm
have
going
time
to
for.
try and do this fast. Let's see.
Oh, you're gonna do what, flying?
Yeah. So I'm not going to be able to show off very much of it, but I will be able to show off some things.
Yeah, for some reason 2 chains can fly here.
Yeah,
That will make
this,
sense in a
this
minute.
glitch is called 2 chains for reasons that will become evident. This
You don't actually need to go get stuff in this safe when you're doing a glitch showcase.
you don't need to know, but I do still want to have it. There we go.
Hey, you want the room?
Yeah, I want the room. Because
Okay.
now I can purchase a power. Well, I guess I could purchase it, but I can purchase the proper version. So if we climb this, there are 4 chains next to each other, and if we grab onto this chain and then blink, the game gets horribly confused and we are now flying. And, we didn't even mention it earlier, but over there you can see the very last mission in the game. That's the lighthouse we go to. You can also see the, right next to that, over there, you can see, that's the tower. This is the city, the Boyle Mansion is somewhere in there. You can see other areas as well. I think, yeah, over there you can see a sort of destroyed bridge. I think that's next to Abbey and the Golden Cat. And the reason why I picked up runes is because we can't use blink when we're flying, and that's why this is really useless in any run, because we have to move at this real pace. But we can use other powers like this one. And if you want to do this and actually fly around the level, you can use slanted surfaces like this to push yourself downwards.
Or upwards, depending
Or
on where
upwards,
you want
yeah.
to go.
And you can go over here and push yourself further down.
So yeah, this has been messed around with a lot, and you can't really
So you
use
can do
it
this
for
if you want.
anything. It's not useful as speed tech.
It is definitely not useful as speed tech unless someone finds a way to actually do blinks with this, then it might be useful.
Yeah.
Also, you need to have 2 chains next to each other, which is not very useful.
Which is, again, name of the trick.
Yeah. Another thing that I would like to show off is in Return to the Tower. Yeah. So I am going to...
I don't actually know what you're gonna do now.
Oh, have you not seen this glitch? You have, but
I mean,
maybe not
that
the
depends on
setup for it.
what you're doing.
The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go inside and we're just going to make sure that we've triggered the Lord Regent so he actually spawns upstairs. Now we're going to pay him a visit. Because the thing is, I think if we just talk to him, to him, we can actually make peace. I think we have a lot in common. I think we can make peace.
I know what
So
you're doing.
I'm going to go up here, and he's already talking to this guard. I think I have to kill him first, and then we're gonna talk to the Lord Regent. And now we've made peace with everyone.
Yeah,
We can go in here and just look at him, and he doesn't care. We can do this really long kill animation. And all of the guards that are supposed to protect the Lord Regent are outside, and they don't care about us at all. We even talk to them. We just killed the guy they are supposed to protect. And it also works for the rest of this area. You go down here. It doesn't work inside, but as long as you don't go through a loading screen, it works. And lastly, my favorite out of bounds is if you go over here and then link up here, you're out of bounds. They just didn't put a wall there.
Classic arcade.
And if we have time, I made a save specifically for this. There's a power that I have not shown off, like, at all, is the possession power. And what it does is it allows me to possess enemies. So normally, of course, all of these enemies here would attack me, but if I do this,
oh, okay, yeah,
then I can walk around and none of them actually care that I'm here.
Come on, you're supposed to be on guard. You'll get dismissed for sure.
But what you can do is, there's this room that I didn't show off with the art dealer in it, and if you notice, he's actually blindfolded. And if we possess him, it's not a glitch. It is actually put in code so that you can't see anything.
He's blindfolded.
And there's a lot of details like that in this game. That's part of why it's so good.
There's a lot of smaller things to find here. A lot of just fun.
That's why it's probably my favorite game of all time. Despite the not very good story, the gameplay just works so well and there are so many details. But I think that's it. I don't have much else to show. There are other interesting glitches, but they've already been shown off and I don't want to repeat what other people have done. Not too much. So I think you can get on with the marathon now. Are there anyone we've missed? Any speedrunners we've missed?
If so, then sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe we'll mention you during the DLC, which I'm going to be running tomorrow.